Let me start by saying good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
As you know, District Council 33 remains on strike. They walked away from the negotiating table just before midnight on Monday, June 30th. The City of Philadelphia put its best offer on the table, and unfortunately, District Council 33 did not accept it. Today is the third day of this work stoppage. Regarding the status of negotiations, I want the City of Philadelphia to know that our negotiating team, led by Chief Deputy Mayor Sincere A. Harris and other senior city officials, returned to the negotiating table last night with District Council 33. We did not reach an agreement. We offered, and this is important to note for the record, the City of Philadelphia offered to return to the table today, and the union did not accept that offer. I want to be clear, Philadelphia. The City of Philadelphia cannot negotiate with itself. The City of Philadelphia remains committed to reaching a fair and fiscally responsible contract with our municipal workers who are members of District Council 33. Mayor Parker, what's on the table? The offer is historic. More than 13% over my 4-year term. It's the largest pay increase proposal in one term of any Philadelphia mayor to District Council 33 in more than 30 years. You can't make up that math. The larger pay increase, it is larger of an increase over 4 years for municipal blue-collar union workers than recent agreements in other big cities, such as New York, Washington, D.C., Boston, and Phoenix. So I just need to go back because there's been some confusion about what's on the table. Let me repeat that. An historic offer, more than 13% over 4 years, the largest pay increase proposal in one term of any Philadelphia mayor to District Council 33 in more than 30 years. That's a larger pay increase over 4 years for municipal blue-collar unions. You heard me. New York, Washington, D.C., Boston, and Phoenix. I said it twice to make sure that everyone heard me. It includes what we refer to as a fifth step for District Council 33's hard-working, long-term employees to give them greater earning potential. Why is that important? If economic opportunity for all and economic mobility is essential for this city, when members are entering into District Council 33, we want them to be able to see that there is opportunity for economic growth. That's what the fifth step meant to us. Economic mobility for the members of District Council 33, and we were told that they're not interested. I also spoke earlier this week about our home plan. You'll remember, it's the $2 billion plan to build, preserve, and restore 30,000 units of housing in the city of Philadelphia for Philadelphians, including members of District Council 33. What did you put on the table, Mayor, specifically for District Council 33 members, not for the city of Philadelphia at large? We're talking about the members of District Council 33. Well, we talked about segregating $7.5 to $10 million in mortgage assistance specifically allocated for attraction and retention of our blue-collar municipal employees. And I was told that the members of District Council 33 are not interested in obtaining a 30-year mortgage, low-rate mortgage, so that they can become homeowners in the city of Philadelphia, that's not something that's important to those members. We have BSRP Plus on the table, something that we just fought for here in our city, and we worked hard in partnership with the City Council of Philadelphia, led by our City Council President Kenyatta Johnson, to make sure that basic systems home repair support would be available to Philadelphians so that we increase the income eligibility guidelines, very specifically to ensure that men and women like our blue-collar municipal workers who are a part of District Council 33, so that they can get access to supports to help them make repairs to their homes. I was told that making home repairs and having access to resources that would help them to do such is not important to members of District Council 33. There's the Philly First Home program. You can get up to $10,000 for closing costs, down payment assistance. I was told that doesn't matter. Shallow rent protection. Turn the key homes. These programs are designed for the hardworking men and women of our municipal unions, including District Council 33. So Philadelphia, for me, when we think about the package that has been offered to District Council 33 members, one, I'm not so sure that the actual members of District Council 33 are fully clear about what the city has put on the table. I wonder whether or not even the local leaders are familiar with the historic terms that the city of Philadelphia has put on the table. I can't be held accountable for what happened during the Sutton years. I was in elementary school. I was working when Mayor Nutter was mayor. I can't make up for those times, but I can be accountable for what the city of Philadelphia is doing right now and how it is, in a very tangible way, putting an offer on the table to our municipal employees to show them that we need them to keep our city of Philadelphia moving. And I, as mayor, know one thing for sure: the commitment that I made to you, the people of the city of Philadelphia, to make it safe, clean, and green with access to economic opportunity for all, it doesn't happen without the hardworking men of District Council 33 and women who keep our city moving. Let me say this. All of this is on the table. What is my hope as mayor of the city? I want District Council 33 to come back to the table. We're going to talk about the 4th of July in a second, but I want our men and women of District Council 33 to come back to the table and negotiate with the city of Philadelphia so that we can get to yes and do what's right in the best interest of our municipal workers, along with the tax-paying residents of our city. As mayor, I've long learned that I don't have the luxury of allowing my pride, ego, and/or emotions to drive my decision-making. I don't have that luxury as mayor of the city of Philadelphia. But I do have a right to make sure that I am fighting for the best interests of our municipal workers and the long-term fiscal stability of our city. With that in mind, Philadelphia, I want you to know that we are laser focused on providing the essential city services that our residents need and deserve. Your public health and safety remains our #1 priority. You're going to hear from our city representative, Giselle Jones, Managing Director Teal, Police Commissioner Bethel, Solicitor Garcia, and our Clean and Green Director, Carlton Williams, who will update you on all of the services that our workforce continues to deliver for the city of Philadelphia and our residents despite the work stoppage. I want to just remind you that in cases of emergency, please call 911, or for additional city services, call 311. Now, before I turn it over to our subject matter experts, I want to say to the city of Philadelphia employees who are continuing to show up every day to do the job to the best of your ability, to help our city move and continue to provide services during this very challenging time. I want you to know that I am grateful for you. I thank you for your assistance in helping the city do what it is our duty and responsibility to do. We appreciate you. I also want to say to the residents of the city of Philadelphia, you often hear me talking about one Philly, a united city. But over these past 3 days, I have seen one Philly, a united city in a way that I could have never imagined. To see neighbors knocking on the doors of senior citizens who they know don't have the ability to deliver their trash to the sites that Clean and Green Director Carlton Williams will go over, but knowing who their neighbors are and offering to help them during this challenging time, that's what one Philly looks like. We are in the midst of a storm right now, and we are going to make it through. And I believe we're going to reach a fair and fiscally responsible contract with our workers at District Council 33. I now want to ask our city representative, Giselle Jones, to give us an update on our 4th of July activities. Before she comes, I want you to know that we are ready for the 4th of July, Philadelphia. Anyone who was planning on coming into our city, if you're flying in, taking a bus or the train in, residents who are gathering their family together in order to come down on the Parkway to do what we do here in the city of Philadelphia in celebrating here in the birthplace of democracy, please make sure you don't adjust any of those plans. We are going to celebrate in Philadelphia fashion. I now want to turn it over to Giselle Jones.
Thank you, Mayor Parker. Good afternoon, everybody. It is truly a beautiful and sunny day today here on the Benjamin Franklin Parkway, and we will have this beautiful weather tomorrow. So there will be no stopping us on delivering what will be the best in the country, 4th of July, free concert here on the Benjamin Franklin Parkway. As you can see, our partners at Welcome America behind us are very ready to deliver this celebration tomorrow. Philly, as our mayor has said constantly, wants to see her city celebrate in true Philly style, because that's what we know how to do. The work is not easy to curate, but we do it with love. It is very meaningful. We do it to uplift our young people. We do it to unite our city all the time. We do it for our neighbors. Events are like a woven quilt. They are the blanket that binds us and covers us together. The city has different pockets of neighborhoods, and when you quilt all of that together, what you get is what the mayor is talking about, one united city. And she practices and lives every moment of every day figuring out how to make Philly better for us. And celebrations like these that I am having the privilege to help put on makes us truly different. We are different than any city in this country. We are the birthplace of America, as she has mentioned. So we want to deliver just as we've done for any other major event that has come to Philly and all those that are coming here in 2026. So I don't want anybody to stay home. We don't want anybody to stay home. We worked really hard to curate and put this event together. There's a lot of talent tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we start off with the celebration of freedom in the morning down in Independence Hall. And this parkway is going to open at 4 p.m. tomorrow for all the residents to come down with their family, their friends, their neighbors, and anybody who they can bring with them to help us celebrate. And we want to celebrate with heart, with history, and our community. and we will be clean and green. So let's get ready. We're putting on a big show, and we want you to come. Thank you.
Just want to start by reiterating what Mayor Parker has said every day now for weeks. We want our DC 33 colleagues back working alongside us now, as soon as possible. I also want to remind folks that you can't believe everything that you read on social media. So, a few facts. The proposal, the fair and fiscally responsible proposal that is and has been on the table, will pay DC 33 members more, and also includes a number of other benefits, unprecedented level of benefits that you've heard Mayor Parker talking about. That's the fact. More facts. Despite being in day 3 of this work stoppage, we continue to deliver all city essential services without fail. Without fail. All of our infrastructure services continue. We continue to answer thousands of 911 calls and respond to all of those emergencies in a timely fashion. In fact, you heard one right behind us. 24/7, 365. We have an incredibly dedicated workforce that has been in our emergency operations center and many other locations around the city providing those services. We've been joined by some of our DC 33 colleagues, and our solicitor will talk about that later. And let me be clear about this. We want this to end. Yes. We want to be back together with our DC 33 brothers and sisters. And we will continue to move forward no matter how hard we get hit, no matter how much we fall down, and we're not going to be perfect. We are going to keep moving forward and delivering these services for as long as it takes, tomorrow, July 4th, and however long it takes to get to a fair and fiscally responsible agreement and get things back the way we all want them, which is working side by side together as one Philly, a united city.
Good afternoon, Renee Garcia, City Solicitor. I'll provide a brief legal update for you this morning. The city continues to face staffing challenges as the work stoppage persists. Currently, the medical examiner's office is critically understaffed due to the strike. Understaffing at the medical examiner's office means delays in death investigations, issuing death certificates, and ultimately the delay in returning the remains of the deceased to the loved ones who are trying to lay them to rest. This morning, we moved for an injunction seeking to mandate 32 employees at the MEO back to their assigned duties. The injunction was granted about an hour ago, and the employees are directed to return to their assigned shifts starting at 3 p.m. today. We are grateful for them, for those who are returning at 3 o'clock. We are grateful for the dispatchers who have come back. I know the commissioners are behind me. We've got 911 running, and we are grateful for the water department employees, who have also returned. However, we are also seeing violations this morning of the injunctions. While we will protect and respect the right to lawfully picket, what we are seeing again are slashed tires on trash trucks. We are seeing personal cars blocking those trash trucks in. Not only is this not legal, but it is severely limiting our ability to pick up the trash in Philadelphia. Next, I'm going to call up Commissioner Bethel, and then we're going to hear from Director Williams about the sanitation situation.
So good afternoon, everyone. So very quickly, before I start, the mayor made some comments about thanking the men and women who are coming to work every day. And so I also echo those remarks, but also speaking for the Philadelphia Police Department, I want to again, we've been asked to do some very challenging things since my return and come under the leadership of Mayor Parker. And these men and women have met that challenge. And so I just want to continue to echo to the men and women out there in the field. We've canceled days off. They're working 16 and 12-hour days, but we are extremely grateful, and I know that goes across all of our work streams, but in particular, I'm speaking to my men and women today. I just want to tell them how grateful I am for standing up for their leadership in this space, their work in this space, and their value in this space. We continue as we enter our third day of this strike, working in collaboration with the sheriff and the sheriff's department, who are responsible for enforcing the injunctions, and we support that. We're working through that each and every day, dealing with the issues that the solicitor described, making reports of those and investigating all of those matters. That continues to be our cadence and will continue to be our cadence moving forward, addressing those issues as they occur. As we move into tomorrow, as I normally would stand up here and tell you that we're just going to follow the normal cadence as we do on July 4th, that is often and will continue to be our posture. We are very, very skilled in working with Giselle and her team in putting on large-scale events. As you told, tomorrow we have 4 major events that will be occurring throughout the day. We are at our full heightened alert and staffing to be able to deal with any incidents that happen down here. We'll have a large number of men and women down on the Art Museum and throughout Center City to address any issue that occurs in Center City. We will be fully prepared to respond. And so I would, again, encourage, and I know the mayor did this the other day, and Giselle, for those who are coming, come down and have a great day. It's going to be a beautiful day. And our job is to make this a safe environment for those who are attending. And so we will continue to be in that posture, and we look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow on having a very good July 4th day.
Thank you.
All right, I'll turn this over to Carl.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Carlton Williams. I'm the Director of Clean and Green Initiatives for the City of Philadelphia. And I also want to echo some of the sentiments that our mayor have stated earlier to our workers who are out there working hard 12, 14, and 16 hours, picking up the trash in some very challenging situations, sometimes without equipment. It's very difficult for us to get to some of those locations, but I want to thank them for their dedication, their commitment, and support to continue to provide that service. I also want to thank the residents of the city of Philadelphia. I'm seeing great acts of kindness. I'm seeing communities that are helping out our citizens, senior citizens, our elderly, those who can't have access to a vehicle. They're working with them and bringing their trash to the designated locations as planned. I also want to thank the community groups who are out there cleaning up in spite of the trash that they see out in the streets around in those areas to help us and assist us during this very challenging time. So I want to make that very clear and thank them for all their dedication and commitment. We want to still encourage people to follow the rules. And those rules are don't bring trash out until your designated trash day because it overwhelms the sites that we've established. We are working on additional capacity to provide other locations. Please check the website at www.phila.gov/sanitation, and you will see where those new locations are. We're making adjustments as we go along. In addition, we're working with outside agencies and entities to bring in additional equipment to clean up those locations, those areas where we're having those challenges and problems. So I'm asking our public to continue to be patient. I'm going to thank them again for their cooperation, and we're going to continue to support the work that we're doing here in the city of Philadelphia until our mayor continues to work hard to give people the fair contract and the fiscally responsible contract that everyone is looking for. In addition, I want to announce that all 6 sanitation convenience centers are now open. I want to thank our law department, our police department, our sheriff's department for helping out with the legal processes to get us access. Many of our citizens were denied those locations due to heavy picketing, but we were able to peacefully be able to gain access, and they are open today. We will be shutting down for the holiday tomorrow at those locations to support our parade operations here. Our goal is to make sure that we clean up as quickly as possible after that parade, so we'll be cleaning up during the parade and commence our operations immediately after, shortly after around 11 p.m. When the parade subsides. We will be working throughout the night and the next day, and no matter how long it takes to get our parkway open, and we will return back to our sanitation operations of providing collection opportunities for people to drop off their materials. Again, I'm asking residents to be very patient. We thank them for their cooperation, and we look forward to their continued support. Thank you.
Thank you so very much to Director Williams and all members of the Parker administration who have been assisting us during this very difficult time. Again, to the members of District Council 33, I can't counter any misinformation that has been disseminated amongst your members. The only thing I can do as mayor of this city is to let you know that we value you in a meaningful way and put an offer on the table to affirm how much we value you. That 13+% wage increase is the largest one-term wage increase that District Council has been offered by any mayor in over 30 years. Those are facts. That's not an emotional statement, an ego-driven statement. That's based on the facts. What we put on the table with the fifth step that I can't believe doesn't matter to District Council 33 members, that they have the ability to move up the economic ladder. I can't believe that the fifth step doesn't matter. I'm also not going to believe that the men and women of District Council 33 are not interested in acquiring 30-year low-cost mortgages that would put them in a position to purchase a home so that they can become homeowners in the city of Philadelphia and or to make improvements to the homes that they currently live in. I don't know what's been communicated to them, but I'm proud to have had the opportunity to share the facts with you today. District Council 33 men and women, we want you back at work. Tomorrow is the 4th of July. You can come back to the table tonight. We can negotiate and get this deal done tonight. And our workers, I thought it was time and a half. I talked to the team. They said tomorrow's the 4th of July. Our 33 workers earn double time tomorrow. I want us back together as one Philly, a united city, with our municipal workers of District Council 33, moving our city of Philadelphia forward. Thank you. I'll now take questions. Sean? Sean, you know, I've been around for a long time, and you've heard me say before, I'm an eternal optimist. I want to continue working with the leadership. The members send their leaders to the table to negotiate on their behalf. But you are perceptive in noting that I am being very direct. Because when I left City Hall today from a briefing, I walked around and I had a chance to talk to some members from District Council 33. And when I talked to them about what was on the table, they said that's not true. They said, but we can tell you what is true. I said, what's true? That you came in, you got elected and gave yourself a 9% raise when you became the mayor. I said, I don't know how to. I don't know how to tell you that that is a blatant falsehood. It's an untruth. It is a lie. When I was elected mayor in January of 2024, I started with the same exact salary that Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kenney had on December the 31st when he had his last day in office. That was $261,497. So to say when I came in, I gave myself a 9% pay raise, it's just not factual, Philadelphia. And quite frankly, to the tax-paying residents of the city of Philadelphia, well, I don't have the ability to stop information from being disseminated on social media. I do have the right to share the truth with you. $261,497, the same salary that Mayor Jim Kenney had when he left. I received a COLA in July of 2024, not that I gave myself, a COLA of 3.14%. Is that pie? I'm sorry, 3.14%. Okay? That's what I received, not because the mayor gave herself a raise, but because the legislative branch passed legislation in 2003, before I was ever even elected to public office. I was a staffer in the City Council of Philadelphia. But I tell you one thing I do know for sure. The men and women behind me, along with Cherelle Parker as your mayor, who will never complain about the hard work that it takes to run this city, because I asked you to give me the opportunity to lead, and you had faith enough in me to give me the opportunity to become your mayor, and I've been doing the best I can with what I have. So when you talk about my salary, and you give out misinformation on social media, I can't counter it. But I can tell you that the leadership of District Council 33, they earn $280,000 plus. I've been your mayor for 18 months. I've had to deal with a plane crash, an explosion, deadly fires, mass shootings, a school district that we're fighting for funding for, mass transit that we're trying to get funding from Harrisburg for, $1 billion in revenue lost to the city of Philadelphia because we have vacant commercial buildings in town that are no longer being occupied, that we need to get converted to residential. I've been working for you, the city of Philadelphia, and I'm not perfect. You hear me? But for anyone saying to you that your mayor is not providing a fair and fiscally offer on the table for members of District Council 33, it's just not right. So the next time you walk by a protest site and someone says to you, the mayor gave herself a 9% raise, you say, is it true that your leadership makes more than the mayor? And she leads a city of 1.5 million people plus. It's the 6th largest city in the nation. If we're going to tell the truth, tell the truth. District Council 33, I'm talking to the workers. I'm talking to you. I know you because I've represented you all of my life. I know you because you're in my family. I know you because I'm here, because people like you gave me access to the opportunity to do what no one expected someone like me to accomplish. And that is to become mayor of this city. And I don't apologize to anyone for doing the best I can with what I have. And one final thing I want to share. I won't make any politically expedient decisions. You can threaten me with not supporting me if I decide to run for re-election. You can call me a one-term mayor, but I'll tell you what I will not do. I will not put the fiscal stability of the city of Philadelphia in jeopardy for no one. If that means I'm a one-term mayor, then so be it. But the history books will say that Mayor Cherelle Parker did right by the blue-collar men and women of District Council 33 and put an offer on the table that no other municipal blue-collar workers in the nation could be able to say that their city was providing mortgages for them to be able to become homeowners. That's how you put people on a path to self-sufficiency. Stop. One point at a time. City of Philadelphia, no one gets a right to judge Cherelle Parker different than you would judge all of the other mayors in the city of Philadelphia in the past years. When a mayor is elected to public office, they are elected to serve for 4 years in that capacity. And you judge them by the total dollar value amount or percentage of the wage increases that they offer on the table for municipal unions. And at this time, Jim Kenney, by far, was the highest. First term, 4 years, 11.5%. Second 4 years, second term, 11%. Cherelle Parker has to be judged over 4 years. That 5%, you can't disaggregate that from the total for those years. A mayor is judged by 4 years. Now, I know some people think that I should be judged by a different barometer. You have a right to your opinion, not you, but the people who would question that. But it's not accurate. Over 4 years, this is the largest wage increase that District Council 33 members will have been offered by any mayor in over the last 30 years. And I don't care how you pose the question, the math is still the math. Yes. Yes, yes, Pat. Pat, I don't have those exact numbers in front of me right now, but that's a very, very fair question. Because when you hear me talk about segregating dollars from our One Philly mortgage program, because remember, we're negotiating with five municipal unions. We talked about segregating $7.5 million in a pot. For those of you who attended our budget briefings and town hall meetings, I traveled the city to say that the One Philly mortgage was for Philadelphians, but it was also going to be the way that we attracted and retained talent, that we would put the One Philly mortgage on the table and use it as a recruitment incentive and to encourage our current municipal workforce to remain with the city of Philadelphia. So if you calculate what we're talking about segregating, that is the One Philly mortgage, the BSRP plus, Philly First Home, when you count all of that together, we will get you a dollar amount when we talk to our finance and budget departments. But that's a fair question that no one has asked, and we will get you an answer. Yes, Steve. Let me say that one of the things that I have always appreciated about the mentors that I had in government is that they entrusted me. See, when you're Cherelle Parker of the world and you're not born with a silver spoon in your mouth and you have to earn your seat at every table that you're a part of, you have to prove proficiency in order to make it wherever you go. And as a result of that, when people see you prove proficiency, you empower the leaders that you have at the table to speak on behalf of the city of Philadelphia. So not only are they doing that at the table, but see, you're right. I had a direct conversation with President Boulware, and he and I talked. So Philadelphia, I don't want you to think that what I'm sharing with you on today, I did not share with the president. I went through, listen, I was thinking about Raj Chetty from Harvard. I was thinking about his economic mobility research and where Philadelphia lies. And so in my mind, I'm with you, District Council 33. We've got to find a way so that you can be put on a path to self-sufficiency and begin establishing and building generational wealth for you and your families, and not just surviving. We want you to thrive. So that's where this broad menu of options outside of the traditional, sort of negotiating, sort of points like wages, like a step. That's why these other items are here that can be quantified. That's what we put on the table, so none of that is new. What I was told, and this is why I had to echo it today, I was told that those things didn't matter to members of District Council 33. But that's not adding up to the conversations that I'm having with members of District Council 33 who said, you did what? You mean a pot of money that just members of District Council 33 can apply for to get a mortgage, to get pre-qualified for a mortgage? I said, yes, we are. We just passed our budget in late June. We're working with lending institutions now to structure the program, and this is what we want to do. They said, nobody told me that. What do I say with that? So will I call them? Will I have a conversation with them? Listen, you've heard me say, I will not allow my pride, ego, or emotions to get in the way of my doing any and everything that I possibly can to get District Council 33 members back to work, earning that double time on tomorrow, because we need to be moving Philadelphia forward together. So we will do everything that we can. Talk directly to them, talk as a team, whatever we have to do. But you can't do it when people, they walked away from the table and they haven't come back. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I'm sorry, you got to repeat yourself. Before you do this, can I give Pat an answer? Yes. Pat, the reason why I make sure I pay attention to my subject matter experts is because they make sure I have the facts. Currently, a deal on the table is currently approximately $115 million. And guess what? That doesn't include the additional home benefits. So when you hear me talk about the $7.5 million segregated specifically for District Council 33 and mortgages for their members, BSRP, segregated account, because those are municipal employees. How can we do that? We do that under the guise of attraction and retention of talent here in the city of Philadelphia. What do I use as an example? Some of you may know that our governor, Josh Shapiro, he very brilliantly, I think it was last year's budget, he gave a stipend. He put a stipend on the table for student teachers in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania because he knows that we are in crisis mode with attraction and retention of teachers. So he used that stipend as a vehicle to incentivize teachers to choose Pennsylvania. It was brilliant thinking. We said when we were working on home, and I said this in every neighborhood that I visited, we're going to use this also as an attraction and retention tool for 3347 police, fire, corrections, all of our municipal workers, because that's the only way we're going to be able to compete. Last question. Marco.
Regarding that $115 million that you just mentioned, I don't know if you have the answer right now, but you can get that for me.
Yeah.
How much of that comes from the $515 million
Yes.
that was set aside by the budget that council passed and we signed last month?
All of it. And Marco, can one, thank you for paying attention enough that you had a recollection of the dollar amount that I proposed in my budget. $550 million in our labor reserve. Philadelphia, that's another historical data point. Had you not asked the question, I wouldn't have known. No mayor in the history of the city of Philadelphia has introduced a budget that included $550 million. I'm not talking about after being lobbied. I'm talking about when I proposed the budget and we passed it. And why? Because it was important to show in a very tangible way to our labor force that we support you and we wanted you to see the dollars, aside from the fact that we wanted to be clear with Piker. Go ahead.
And follow-up, that $115, that is for the 3 years, or is that strictly for the upcoming fiscal year?
No, that is... That 115, that's the package that's on the table, and the package that's on the table now is a 3-year package. So you had the first year when we offered 5. And remember, no other city comparatively in the nation got 5%. So we did that in the first year, and now it's $115 million for the next 3 years. That is what takes us to 13+% in wage increases that are historic. That'll be the last question. Thank you.
Right now, health insurance is no copays. The proposal includes addition to copays and streamlining, correct?
Let me just say this to you. This is more misinformation. And just give me a second here. Just give me a second. Because they've said this on a number of occasions. And quite frankly, it is wrong. The deal that the city of Philadelphia put on the table does absolutely nothing to have a negative fiscal impact or added cost or burden on the members of District Council 33. Members of District Council 33, if anybody is telling you that we are proposing for you to have to pay more for your health care, if we're trying to increase your co-pays, it's a lie. It's very much like me, giving myself a 9% raise when I got here in January. But your membership makes more than the mayor, $280,000. Not the case here. That's not true. Thank you all so much for your time.